Time that I saw belly dancing, I was about 17, 18 years old and saw it at a festival, and I just drooled to be able to do that, but the opportunity still was not the time. And so moving to Julian, raising my kids, being a weaver. I've been weaving for 32, going on 33 years now. Tribal style belly dance does open an inner place in you where you feel much more sensual, much more physical, and you're happier. I mean, when you're happier, things unfold for you. And so my relationship with my man is much better. My feeling in my body is much better. I have stronger feeling in my body, especially in that part of my body. As women, we're taught in this culture to hold ourselves a certain way, which doesn't allow the energy flow in the part of your most important part of your body. And so by learning to release the muscles in your belly so that you can move them, unleashes much stronger feelings in that area. The women of this community, it's changed their lives. You can see it in their faces, you can hear it in the town talk that the dancing is wonderful. It blows out of the water what belly dance has become in this country, and it's going back to what it was meant to be: health and strength for women and bonding for women and fun to keep us all happy. A happy woman is a wonderful thing to be around, don't you think?
I've always been a dancer, whether it be as a child learning ballet and tap, as a teenager going to dances every weekend. Dance has always been a part of my life. There is a connection between massage therapy and belly dancing for me, because my massage is a dance. When I have my hands on someone, I consider that their sacred space. And I try to understand the muscles and the movement of their body as I'm working on them. And as I work around the table giving massage, it is very much a dance between me and my client. This type of dancing makes me excited because it's a woman's form of dance. It's an expression of very womanly movements. Men have trouble doing the movements that we do in belly dance. They're just not built for it. And I think that I love the community that happens between women in the dance. It's kind of a community that develops between us, a sisterhood if you'd have it, where we join and have time together as far as sharing costuming and clothing and hair and makeup, and we eat together, we sing together, we laugh together, we go to belly dance festivals, we go to workshops, we watch our videos, and we really get to know each other. We know our families, we know when there's heartbreak. And my mother passed away a few months ago, and they all helped me so much. And the dance helped me. You can dance through your pain and find the joy on the other side. And we all came together and support each other when there's joy and when there's sadness. I'm not very judgmental about myself. I think that if I'm moving, and I'm happy. And so I love the dance and I love the costumes. And we have kind of a funny saying, it's not who you are, it's what you wear. And we play dress up. We have a great time playing dress up. And when I put my belly dance outfit on, I get to be whoever I want to be. And it's fabulous. I'm channeling an ancient dancing goddess, and it's wonderful. I have a great time.
My job with the group really is to do the books, since that's what I do by profession. I'm a bookkeeper, and I have about 12 clients in town, and I've been here for about 30 years, and I've always done the books, so it just naturally came to me. And also for class, Beryl and I, teach a class. I'm the assistant teacher. She's actually the real teacher. I was already in my 50s and about 60 pounds heavier. And it was really interesting that I wasn't the heaviest one in that class. And in fact, one of the assistant teachers was quite heavy, but the way she moved her body was just so incredible for me. I sort of let go of you have to be this slim, beautiful, piece of eye candy to dance. And so I basically just decided it still makes me very fearful, and sometimes I get real stiff and, sort of spastic, but I'm working through it.
It's probably within the first 5 minutes someone knows I'm a belly dancer. I'm a life coach and I'm a belly dancer. Those two things come out always, because it is what I'm most passionate about in life. The clothing is a big part of the experience of belly dancing. It is beautiful and colorful, and it's got texture, and it's shiny, and I think that they're in all of us. I don't think women ever grow out of liking that aspect of dressing up, of having fun and putting on something fun and special, and that is something all of us, we laugh about in the troupe, is that, we're little girls at heart when it comes to dressing up and being part of the troupe. The turban is not an easy thing to put on, not for me. I call myself turbanally challenged. I usually get all ready, and then I get to wherever we're performing and ask Beryl to help me with the last little bits of my turban. There's women in our troupe who that is their forte. They are so good at presentation, at putting that whole outfit together. These are just called tribal sleeves. They're just a netting that is dyed. When it's all together with all of our jewelry and the whole costume, they really do look like tattoos. I can't tell you how many people have asked me, are those real tattoos? When did you have that done?
Our typical day starts with getting the kids up and dressed, and that in itself can be time consuming. And the first thing we do is feed the horses, and I think we have 9 horses and 2 burros. 3 of the horses are little miniature horses that the kids ride and play with, and I have a llama at the barn, so we take care of them, and we come back to the house and I feed the birds, and then I homeschool the children for about 2 hours, and then we usually go back outside. We don't stay inside very much. The kids are really outdoor kids, so we usually do things outside, come back in, school a little bit more inside. Well, almost all the animals here are rescued animals. I used to do a lot of rescue work mostly with wild animals, and all the macaws that you see were rescued birds. The dogs were all rescued, most of the horses. I had a couple of potbelly pigs when there were only 7 of them in America, and from there, it became a fad shortly after that, and then everybody was getting potbelly pigs, and they would abandon them. And so I was just taking in some potbelly pigs. That's where they came from. I've always danced since I was a little kid. My mother put me in ballet when I was 4, and I've had quite a bit of ballet training. But then I was riding horses. I was riding race horses for a while, and I was injured, so that stopped the dancing for a couple of years. But then I went back to the dancing because it was the best way to get back into shape. I'm pretty serious about staying in shape, staying in good shape. But I think the reason I actually do it now is more for the friendship and to get out and do something than any other reason. It does help keep me in shape, of course, but I think it's more important for me to just get out with the other women and use it for a social reason.
At present, I'm a house painter. My brother's a contractor, and we collect painting jobs, and I do them. And it's something I enjoy very much. It's hard work. It requires use of ladders and going way up high, which doesn't bother me, working off rooftops and whatnot. I'll do it all. I find that being older now, I'm much more careful than I used to be. But I find it very satisfying and rewarding. I hope to do it as long as I can. At present, I have 3 dogs and 3 cats. One's a cedar fire victim that was abandoned, and I brought him home. The 3 dogs, one's a Russian wolfhound who's 6, that's Larry. And Boo is an Irish wolfhound, he's 2.5. And Binkle here is a Jack Russell I got last year, she's about 2. I find great rewards in dogs. There's all buried around in my yard, the ones I've had. There's probably 15 total here that I've had over the years, as many as 6 at a time, which is too much. Controlling your body and asking it to do things and having it do it, it's very rewarding, and probably being surprised every time. But it's fairly intense once you start, and as it becomes more and more part of your movements, the muscle memory's there. You find it's just part of your whole life. When you're cleaning house and you're shimmying, or everything you do, you can be belly dancing a little bit. It's fun. Just, I don't know, I've been trying to explain to myself why it's so rewarding, but it's the whole picture of, having your body respond, and then watching other people and trying to emulate, like watching Michelin's hands and arms move. They're so beautiful. And barrels too. I'm always trying to improve my arm movement when I'm watching them. And Karen's so graceful. And I mean, they all have something to teach you. And probably not even just about belly dance. So it's the whole picture is rewarding.
I have always wanted a tattoo, and when I lived with my dad, he just said, no, you live in my house, that's not something I want you to do. My husband, he was, it wasn't no, but it wasn't something that he was real thrilled about, and I always teased him. For a 7-year anniversary, we had got a Harley motorcycle, and I told him, I said, okay, you get the Harley, I'll get the tattoo. And he had gone away on a business trip, so I got the tattoo while he was gone. Well, he didn't believe me. He thought it was fake. And he came home. When he came home, he even tried to rub it off, thinking it was just a fake tattoo. It's like, no, that's real. Hardest thing for me was exposing my stomach. It's not something that, it's just always been maybe, I don't know, like the shy spot for me. I told him, I said, I'll show you all the leg you want to see, but when it comes to my stomach, that was the hardest thing for me to do, was to do that. And I've never been a very self-conscious person. I've always had good self-confidence about myself in the way I walk and standing very tall. But that was the hardest thing for me to do. And the first time I did it, it was class. And I just took my shirt, said, okay, and I just folded it up and said, okay, we got to do this now and get it over with. I really watched and absorbed and really tried to break down everything that between Beryl and Tony that they taught us. I would sit there and watch and almost try to mirror image what they did and try to make my body move that way.
have a degree in animal science from UC Davis. I put myself through school mostly raising Angora rabbits, and I used to show Angora rabbits all over the nation, and I taught myself to spin their fur to make yarn, and I would sell fiber and yarn. I'd make sweaters and sell bunnies all over the nation. And because it was Davis, we did practical agricultural type things, and one of them was soap making. And it was kind of like, oh, this is interesting. And so that's kind of what started the soap business. This is just one of my many mortar and pestles where I grind herbs and resins in order to make my herbal soaps, because you want them real fine in the soap. And then these are my bottles of scented oils, fragrance oils, and essential oils, which I use to make my scented soaps and candles. I really depend upon the foot traffic here in Julian. Julian's a tourist town. It's mostly busy on the weekends and on holidays. And so it's pretty much just opening the doors and the traffic flows in.
I'd never seen another lilac. That's right. Because that's to go into front.
My sons think it's actually pretty cool that I danced. And what's really good is they're not embarrassed about me. When I arrived to the school halfway dressed in costume to come pick them up because I have to rush off to go perform somewhere. And they go, my mom is one of the mountain tribal gypsies, and they really like it. And I found the tribal belly dance. Within 6 months, it changed my personal perspective, really helped me accept my body for what it is, because I can sit there and dream that I'm going to be as thin as I was in ballet, and I'm going to be a foot taller and all this stuff, and it's not going to happen. And I'm not going to have tens of thousands of dollars to get plastic surgery to remove all the effects of childbirth, especially carrying twins. It just kind of allowed me to just accept myself and just kind of say, okay, you start from today, and if you don't like your body, you're not going to dance. And if you want to dance, you better accept it. So get over it. What's more important? Your self-esteem and self-image, or dancing? And dancing was the most important thing.